Hello and welcome back to Tim Ready Drive Stuff. I'm Tim and I'm not driving stuff today because I can't always drive stuff. The Pope doesn't always pope, does he? Maybe he does. Also, there's lots of water outside, which isn't rain. It is the tears of BMW fanboys and boring internet car nerds at the news that BMW has unveiled an M4 CSL and it's not exactly what they wanted. And as the clickbaity title of this video probably suggests, BMW's problem with this car isn't the car, it's car nerds on the internet. But anyway, we're going to cut some impressions of the car from 3 different groups of people that I've surveyed using YouGov. I haven't used YouGov, I've made it up. That's a nice new BMW, but I bet you don't get many miles per gallon, lol. Road tax must be a killer as well, and I could never insure it. Oh, it's 130 grand. That's ridiculous. I'm going to stick with my Qashqai, I think. I see BMW's brought back the CSL name to celebrate 50 years of M, and they ripped the back seats out, shaved 100 kilos off the M4's weight, and they've upped power to 540 horsepower, and it looks absolutely ballistic. That's quite cool. I like it. I'm going to continue with my day. Oh my god, don't they know that the L in CSL stands for light and this still weighs 1.6 tons? It should weigh the same as a Caterham. Oh god, it's still not naturally aspirated. And that grille someone should fire the entire design team and ruin their lives. I don't care if they've got young kids. Kill them! Yes, so you haven't gathered what I'm blathering on about. BMW's just unveiled the M4 CSL this morning. And I've looked around the internet and I've seen the usual comments from the usual people. And I just want to address something that I've alluded to on the channel but never really spoken about at great length. I guess I've been in the car journalism world a while now and I've realised there's a massive disparity between car journalists and what they talk about and 99% of people who actually buy cars with their own money who are not journalists. There's a big gulf in expectation and what is talked about. Now, before I go much further, I do need to point out that obviously opinions are like those long, thick eyebrow hairs that you get once in a while. Everyone has at least one, but I've seen so many people losing their rag over the M4 CSL on the internet this morning. I just want to put my opinion forward as well, and that opinion is that internet car people are the worst. The actual worst. That's quite a bold statement, so here are some reasons why. The M4 CSL tips the scales at 1,625 kilos, which is 100 kilos less than the M4 competition that we get here in the UK. I know you Americans get the lighter, less powerful manual gearbox option as well, and that's basically the same weight as this CSL. And clearly this is not as light as the last M3 to wear a CSL badge, the E46 M3. That weighed, what, 1,285 kilos? But that was a car from a different era. The way I look at it, BMW's ripped the back seats out, they've given it wheels made of spider bum juice, they've made the bonnet out of carbon fibre, they've given it lighter struts and suspension springs, they've basically done everything they can to drag the weight down. But are we surprised it's heavier than the E46 M3 CSL? I mean, you're living in some kind of weird alien land where the air is made of iron brew vapour, if that's the case, because cars are bigger, safer, and this M4 CSL is obviously based on a bigger, safer, more practical car than the E46 M3, so all these people wanting it to weigh 1,200 kilos, it was just never going to happen. Grow up. I guess they could have made the engine lighter by sticking the 3-cylinder out of a Mini Cooper in it. Would you have liked that? Is that what you want? Anyway, my point here is that people who are angry that the new M4 CSL is not lighter are probably the same people who are angry at progress in general. And there's a lot of car journalists that I know. Oh, it's got bigger, it's got heavier. Yeah, it's got safer. It's got more efficient. Nah. BMW has priced the new M4 CSL at a trifle under £130,000, which is £52,000 more than the M4 comp that we get here in the UK. Do bear in mind though that the M4 CSL has those lightweight carbon fibre bucket seats as standard, and from memory they're part of like some 10 grand pack on an M4 competition. But obviously 130 grand is a hell of a lot of money, so I agree with you that people that say it's expensive, it is expensive. I'll never be able to afford one in a month of Sundays unless my beauty influencer TikToks go viral. But yeah, I was with a journalist the other day who was desperately trying to get a BMW PR person to get a BMW person from Germany to go on the record explaining how they price their cars. And I was just standing there thinking, what are you on about? They're never gonna do it. We just need to accept that BMW will take the cost of making the actual car. They will roll in a bit extra for development costs, R&D, or their Nürburgring tickets, tyres, currywurst, litres of beer. And then, on top of that, this is the hard to swallow bit, they will build in pure profit. A bunch of stuff that is just money in their pockets. Why not? It's a business. As my mum used to tell me when I only got 20p from the tooth fairy and my mates got a fiver, that's capitalism, bitch, suck it up. My mum didn't really say that. Anyway, my point here is that BMW will have done a ton of research to work out how much they could sell this car for to make sure they sell them all, yet still make a fat profit on every single one. Might not even be a fat profit. Sometimes these cars are so highly developed that they don't actually make as much as you'd think on them. Oh yes, and you have to remember there are loads and loads of really, really crazy rich people in this world who we'll never see, never hear about, and they probably knew about this car a while ago and they've probably already bought one. BMW's only making 1,000 of these, 100 come to the UK, and I bet they sell out. On paper, the hand-wringing performance car of people of the internet who have Evo magazine tattooed, no one's ever kissed them, will be saying that this car's 0 to 60 time of 3.7 seconds is barely faster than the regular M4, and the Nürburgring lap time of, was it 7 minutes 15 seconds or something, is actually quite a bit slower than an old GT3 RS with less power. But I mean, I can't really argue with that actually. Yeah, maybe it should have been faster, but it's rear-wheel drive. Okay, fine, car internet people, you win this one. Perhaps it should have been faster, but have you driven an M4? I've never wanted the normal one to be faster. And I guess the people that are going to buy this aren't buying it for the speed, they're buying it because... Here's where I get really perplexed at you car internet fanatics. The negative ones, not all of you, I'm not tarring you all with the same brush here. Yeah, looks. I don't really talk about looks of cars in my videos because I realise it's a personal thing. What I like, you might not like, and that is absolutely fine. I don't go up to you in the street, to your other half, and say, oh, I'm sorry mate, I wouldn't, she does not make my willy go hard. You just didn't do it. I mean, obviously that's a weird example, but why do you go on the internet and tell the world what you think of a car? Oh, I hate it, it looks horrible. Keep it to yourself. So why everyone on the internet has to share their opinion on cars they're not even going to buy is slightly beyond me, but I guess that's the point of social media, isn't it? Wonderful. I guess the underlying point here on the looks front is that BMW is trying to push things forward. You know, if car journalists ran car design companies, they would be trying to make the designs of 90s and early noughties super saloons fit on modern cars, and no one wants that apart from car journalists who are living in the past. And hey, you can just go out and buy old cars that look like old cars. If we didn't move things on, it'd be rubbish. What's the point? With electric cars coming, what's the point in, you know, making them look the same as other cars? The BMW iX was another case in point. Yes, it looks weird. Yes, it looks different. It's probably not, you know, what BMW is going to keep doing, but it's progress, isn't it? Maybe we should all keep driving around in like 2009 Honda Jazzes like I do. Beautiful car. I guess what I'm saying here is don't be afraid of progress. No one's forcing you to buy these new cars. Go and buy old cars. You still can. And probably will always be able to. A friend of mine said to me on Instagram in the DMs this morning when I was barely thinking about waking up, the people that are whinging about this are people that are never ever going to buy one of these anyway, so what's the point? And the blackest, darkest, most cynical part of my heart agrees with him. But I don't want to shut down commentary and critique, and this video is not about saying, oh, we can't have opinions, the internet should just agree with that bald twat with the beard. It's not that. I just want people to be a bit more open-minded, and that is why I really love the subscribers to my channel, all nearly 15,000 of you, which is still nuts. Thank you very much, I appreciate it. You, in the comments on my videos, are 99.9% of the time open-minded, balanced individuals who understand that the car I'm filming might not be for them. And I'm not really kind of coming at it from a point of view where everyone must like this car. I'm just trying to say this car does this job very well, or not. And I guess that's my real point of this video, is when I worked at Drive Tribe, we had lots and lots and lots, thousands of wannabe young car journalists who wanted to get into the industry, which is a great thing. We need more young blood that hasn't just come from money and that could afford to do a £13,000 a year paid internship for 5 years, because it's not good for diversity, is it? And I worry when I saw these young people on Drive basically just parroting the car opinions of old decrepit dinosaurs who didn't like progress and didn't like moving things on, the sort of car journalists who would rather be out shooting foxes from the back of a Hillman Inn. But I don't want that to permeate the future of car journalism, which is why I'm whittering on about being open-minded and understanding that things have a purpose, and the M4 CSL's purpose is to extract money from very rich people who will hopefully drive them, because BMW's not going to have cocked up the driving dynamics. I would have thought they're past that stage. So yeah, what was the point of this video? Yes, the point of this video was I don't really like tribalism in cars, which is ironic because Drive is dead. Apart from the YouTube channel, go and subscribe that, watch Richard Hammond doing stuff with a Ford Ranger. Anyway, thank you ever so much for making it to the end of this slightly weird diatribe video filmed in my daughter's bedroom. Look, that's her teddy bear given to her by Seat when she was born. Does that mean she'll only like Seats in the future? I hope so. They're well-made, affordable cars with a slight premium edge from the Volkswagen Group. Anyway, I've got to go and film Kia Sportage, despite the fact it's raining, so yeah, actually I might just sack off and play The Witcher 3, because I've still not completed it and it's been out 7 years. Like, comment, subscribe, goodbye.